Boom shakalaka, the last 3 times Bitcoin did this, the bottom was already in and a massive bullish uptrend followed. Today's video, is the bottom in or do we have further down to go? You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we are taking a look at this signal flagging from Bitcoin. The last 3 times it happened, the bottom was in and a huge up move occurred. Has the bottom already taken place? Potentially, yes, based on what we were talking about in yesterday's video. But what are some other things that we definitely need to keep our eyes on? You want to stay tuned. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Come join us over on Twitter at @TheCryptoLove, where we share some great charts on the regular. And push the like button. Let's try and get to 1,000 likes. Now, today in extreme fear at 10. I should just say another normal day in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Right now, market sideways. Bitcoin 29,670, Ethereum 1787, BNB 297, Cardano 56 cents, XRP 39 cents, Solana $38, and Dogecoin 8 cents. And if you want to know the top altcoins today based on artificial intelligence and machine learning, they would be Tron, Baby Dogecoin, Taboo, Tencent, and XCAD Network. And if you want to check this out for yourself, there is a discounted link down in the description. Now, the rational root here has a very interesting chart. If we take a look at this 4-year Bitcoin spiral based on bull-bear markets, based on short-term holder behavior, we can see that, well, we're in pretty much red bearish territory. This section of the map right here where we are for probably the next quarter to year, well, this is like bear territory before we start to see some bull territory coming on the other side. So that being said, well, we may have a little bit of a crypto winter coming up. Who's to say, especially since some of the indicators that we thought were signaling a bottom, like this, the Bitcoin on-chain bottom indicators, were actually invalidated due to Glassnode data error. They had faulty data, which made it seem like we were sitting on the bottom here, but as a matter of fact, we are just sitting in the middle. The bottom actually is about $22,000, not the $28,000 that we thought it was at. But what's going on right now is that right now there are pretty high realized losses, which according to the rational root, during bear markets, it's rare to have these large spikes of realized losses. He says, realized losses during bear market highs. Will this be different and macro conditions drag us further, or will Bitcoiners stand the test of time? You can see the previous times here, we're in significant bear markets. We are pretty much at those same levels of the bottoms. Now, that being said, right now, an interesting trend, the illiquid supply, which is the supply that's not freely available on exchanges, is actually outpacing new supply issuance. Digital scarcity still happening, still another great reason to be involved in Bitcoin. And these charts here are definitely worth taking a look at. The dormancy flow 14-day SMA. We recently reached the exact same level, this dark green line, that we did during the 2018 crypto bottom, back when Bitcoin was $3,000 some. We didn't even come this low during the COVID flash crash. So could this be signaling the bottom? Potentially, especially with this one right here, the last supply active 1+ years ago rate of change Z-score. The last 3 times this blue line, the Z-score, left this green band, the bottom was already in and there was a massive price up move. And this, coincidentally, just happening, echoes what we were talking about in yesterday's video, where Arthur Hayes published this article that says, hey, when Terra Luna Foundation Guard sold 80,000 Bitcoin, that most likely is the bottom. And here exactly is why. To puke 80,000 physical Bitcoin is quite a feat. After contemplating the nature in which these Bitcoin were sold, I'm even more confident that the $25,000 to $27,000 zone for Bitcoin is this cycle's bottom. However, he goes on to say, and this is going to be important for the upcoming chart I'm going to show you, the politics must align with the macroeconomic environment to produce the catalyst for crypto to exit the current bear market. While the bottom is in, I hope, he says, it doesn't mean prices will automatically resume quick ascent towards $70,000 for Bitcoin and $5,000 for Ether. As a matter of fact, he's talking about how it's most likely going to rely on the baby boomers, because right now a lot of them are about to retire, a lot of them are going to depend upon their financial assets, and they're basically on a fixed income with poorly performing financial assets and rising food and fuel inflation, the two worst things a financial asset heavy retiree can experience. The boomers will rage against the machine and set us free from the cage of tight central bank liquidity. So that could potentially be the catalyst that sends Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies much higher. He goes on to say, you don't want to sell filthy fiat and buy Bitcoin Ether early only to get shook due to a lack of confidence in your investment thesis. It's better to wait for the all clear signal from the high clergy of the devil that it's time to join the crusade. So he says maybe it's worth waiting. And I think this is potentially why. If we take a look at Bitcoin over the past 11 years, we can see that where we are from these blue lines, the halving, if we just take back this halving, not that thing, if we take back the halving, okay, and the price information from all the way back here, and then from all the way back here, we can see this is just what Bitcoin's done previously, since similarly when it was pre-halving, same distance we are right now. Well, if we just line those up with where we are right now, we can see what Bitcoin potentially could do, what it's done historically. Now, that being said, history doesn't rhyme, doesn't repeat itself, but it could rhyme, according to Mark Twain. And if we take a look at this, surprisingly, this actually follows the trend line I was putting here based on the Terra Luna collapse, the BitConnect collapse, and also the Mt. Gox collapse. It actually follows that trend line until roughly the end of this year, at which point we may find a bottom. It's saying somewhere around the $15,000 level. Now, we may not go that low, because if we did, that would be the first time in Bitcoin's history it's broken a previous all-time high. But before the price comes back up, well, at the next halving, it would be roughly where we are right now, in the $40,000, $40,000 range for Bitcoin price, before going up to prices we've been talking about, like $500,000 or more per Bitcoin. But there may be a bit of pain in the short term. And is this surprising? Well, not really, because for the rest of the year, it doesn't really look good for Bitcoin in the summer months until we get to like October, November, December, historically stronger months for Bitcoin. Which brings us to this last chart right here. For only the second time in Bitcoin's history, we're below the bottom of the logarithmic growth curve. And this is something where you have to check yourself. Is this an ultimate buying opportunity, like buying Bitcoin during COVID, or like one of these giant bottoms? Or is this a change in trend? Previously, Bitcoin's been following this nice power trend on a logarithmic scale, pretty much going up straight. Could we maybe not be going to the mega cycle moon scenario like a lot of people are predicting, but could we actually be going towards more of a classic financial scenario for Bitcoin? Those are questions you have to ask and answer yourself. So that's all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. I will catch you guys later. Love you. Peace.